So, Friendo, welcome once again. And what do you have to say about, setting boundaries, and maybe what would you advise our listeners, the ladies out there? How can they actually set boundaries? What can they do?
Well, in this particular case, regarding just to recap, boundaries. Let me just say you can liken them to standards that you can set, depending on whichever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So when setting boundaries, one, you the one who's going to set the boundaries. You need to know yourself. You need to be self-aware. Who are you?
Yeah.
What can you tolerate?
Yeah.
What can you tolerate? What can you stand? What can you stand? What can you forgive? What can you forgive? You also need to know what kind of boundaries you can set. Which ones can stand, which can't. Because we have unrealistic boundaries that can't do. Those are the ones of like if you don't do such and such a thing by such and such a time, I'll not maybe do this for you, or I'll stop loving you. This is giving those kind of ultimatums. Those are not realistic boundaries.
Yeah.
But you can set realistic boundaries over how you want to be treated, how you should be approached, how you should be talked to in a certain situation, and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Very, very important. And we say that it's important also to set these boundaries at the beginning. When you just get into the game, when you're just starting to date, that is the right time to set these boundaries. And, I think relate on how you want other people to relate with you. So, yes, so what can we do? What are some of the examples of these guidelines or rules, especially for ladies, from where you are as a man, because many times as ladies we overlook examples of boundaries that you think would really help ladies and women and girls to succeed really at dating and romance.
One, like we discussed earlier, the key aspect here is communication. Communication itself can be a boundary itself. You're going to find someone is mad at you just because you failed to guess why they are mad at you, or they cannot communicate why they're actually mad at you. And now you see that cannot go forward. I cannot spend, I don't know, because I can't quantify the time I'll spend trying to contemplate why you are mad or what I need. But it would be a lot easier if you just spoke up and said, you did this and this, and I didn't like it, or you did this way and it didn't sit fine with me. So communication is key. You need to be able to communicate. Don't sit back and think I'm going to anticipate and be, Grace, she's mad. I think it's because I need to call her during the day, or something. 18, 29, 30. That is a hustle stage. So as a guy, I have a lot on my plate to deal with. So you yourself need to make it simpler for me and not any harder.
Banangi, friend. Now you people are starting to redefine dating. Because when you said by the time you came into my life, you found me with so much. I thought you invited me into your life. So, anyway, but that's the other thing. I think next time we'll be looking at, for you men, really, how to understand ladies well and how to treat them, Because, yes, you had so much to do, but then you invited me into your life. And for me, really, I need to feel that I'm the most important, thing in your life at the moment, Yes, I know, the hustle of life and all the things, but what you're saying is actually very, very important. Communication is very important. And ladies, from my experience, I think we are really affected by fear. Many times, ladies, we have this fear of saying exactly what we want or what we think.
You want to beat by the bush before you get to the point.
Yes, sometimes we want to pass here and go there, but don't you see? But how do you see my hair? Don't you think it needs to be changed? We need as ladies to learn to be direct when communicating to men. I think I've said before this program that men are very logical beings. They think in kind of a straight way.
They think in a straight line. Do you want this?
Yes.
this is how you can get it. I'm going
Yes.
to give it to you. You want this? Okay, we are cutting channels at any roads that are leading
Yes.
to that side. So it is basically that simple.
Yeah.
Say it out loud.
Yes, yes.
Don't go the other side.
True. Be courageous enough to tell him how you feel, to tell him what you want, because I know they are very, very simple beings. Yeah. If they get to know what you want, they're always in the mode of, what's the problem? How do I fix it?
Yeah.
That's how men are.
Exactly.
So I think it takes us to have that courage. Yeah. Sometimes we have these fears that, if I ask for something, maybe I'll come out as demanding. Maybe I might push him away because I have expressed this dissatisfaction or something I don't like about the way maybe he's treating me. It may be something like you need maybe more time. You need more touch. We're girls. Girls need affection. They need attention. Let's be courageous enough to speak up and say, hey, look here. I don't know how to call you guy. Baby, honey, yeah. I would really appreciate if you could spend more time with me. Yeah. So yes, communication is a key boundary and we need to learn how to do it. Really, yeah. It's very important. So yeah, friend, you're very right. Yeah, we need to learn to communicate. What are our standards? What is it that we really feel dissatisfied with? We should not leave it to guessing or to chance. Yes. So yeah, friendo, yeah.
Come together to form a pair of people. I don't know. Various people have different reasons as to why they come together. As to why they date. Some date to pass time. Some have fun. The commonest has always been date and marriages at the same time. So you are both living your comfort zones.
Yeah.
So you can actually form a united comfort zone that can be able to accommodate the two of you. So you both need to agree on things that would be able to make the two of you comfortable. And sports that should be your safe haven. So you can do boundaries regarding finances, the good settles, and of course now when I say finances, don't rush to think of an unrealistic boundary. Don't spend such and such amount of money at such a time. We're in an era where you cannot determine how much money you spend, regardless of, depending on what's happening. I mean, before you know it, today you could plan to spend 100,000 tomorrow, but by the time before even tomorrow, when tomorrow comes, you'll end up spending 500,000.
True.
Not for your own pocket, but for any uncertainties that may happen. So you can set a boundary of maybe sharing information regarding finances. This and this happened. Okay, basically be open about the finances that went out at 20. That is if you both would like to share the finances or maybe have a joint account or have certain financial goals and dreams that you are chasing.
Okay.
So boundaries in that area are also important. Then
to share the money, how to use the money.
because like I've said, some people come together and the end point is marriage.
Yeah.
So
true.
most people that do this, for example, they would say, we need to start. You make a wedding budget, for example, and then you want to street. So I would say the boundary that could come there is you decide to open up a joint account, and you say both of us will be depositing maybe, let's say, $1 million a month each. So one, that is a boundary that has been set. So until the date of the marriage, the wedding, and everything, that boundary is to live until then. So should you happen to cross or break away from it, you may need to explain. Of course, the punishment for all of us have the capacity to do that. So I was talking in terms of when that capacity is not there, what happens? Remember, we're coming together to form a team.
Okay, so this is an outlier, really. When there is no capacity. Yeah, but ideally it should be the man, because I think you propose, and before you propose, really, you need to be prepared.
Yeah.
Because just like they say that ladies have a biological clock, men still have a financial clock. So really, I think ladies, you should expect that really. This man, should propose, should make all the arrangements, because you are marrying her. you are inviting her into your world. I know it takes two, but
Yeah.
really, I think it is just proper that the man is at the, is at the top of this game.
No, it is not bad that the man is there, but in an era where there's so much noise about woman emancipation and equality and everything, I mean, level up to the bill level as well.
But now, I think men are taking advantage of
No,
that.
no, no, no.
It does not really remove. You see, one of the things I have come to realize over time and through experience and research, the more we start moving away from, things that used to be tradition or principles. I've always said on this program that this world has been designed to operate according to certain principles. The more we move away from the things, the order, because I think there's an order that God had in mind really when He was putting this world together, the more we're actually starting to face challenges as human beings, because there are certain things, however modernized it will be, however technological advanced will be, certain things actually, will still remain the same. Will still, the design really will not change. So however much women get emancipated, they are still women, and I think really it is just proper that men, take their place and know that they have been designed and purposed really to be the ones that marry, to initiate, to propose, and really to take this woman on. The Bible actually puts it very well. In Genesis, God is actually tells Adam that I will make you a helper. So you want to turn the helper now into But I think we really, really very many times are getting away from God's order, and I think that is causing us very many challenges as human beings. But I hear you, Friendo. I hear you so much. And yes, the boundary that Friendo is communicating here is finances. You need really to set boundaries around, how you use your money, how you, issues regarding, money, how much,
It could be as simple as who handles what bills around the house. I'll handle the electricity and water bills. You do the water bills and any house maintenance. You could say we could split 30-70 on rent or 50-50. Those are all examples of boundaries.
Friend, you're going to learn to do problems.
You're
going to learn to do problems. With girls. We are girls really treat us as girls.
No. I'm speaking for my fellow brothers. For my fellow brothers out there that may not have the capacity to fully take care of a woman. We're not saying you should wait for when you fully have the capacity to take care of her, because if you do, then you may never have her. But what happens in the scenario where you both, of course, we're usually told love is there, love is present. So love is present, but there's more to it than just love to make it work. There are going to be bills to pay, other things are going to come up, and if you are coming together to form a team, I'm going to need you to be right by my side, not sit back and wait and say, I am a woman, the man is supposed to provide. You yourself have said, the Lord said, I'm going to make for you a helper. So what does a helper do? Meet me where I have failed.
No, the helper organizes. You bring resources, you bring them, and then the helper really is like the operations manager. She makes sure that things are moving smoothly. If the food that you brought is cooked nicely, the home is looking clean, the children are well fed and healthy.
And any other roles that may be required.
So the help actually helps, but the helper does not dig in her pocket. But yes, we are discussing boundaries this afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I would like for us to listen to Onesimus. Onesimus has a very, very powerful message. I love Onesimus for the way he really creatively portrays our bodies as the temple. So, like we say at Just the Way state a married or attached person. Yeah, and when I talk about married or attached, this also means it's separated, long term. There's some people who are separated long term. Yeah, still married, but there's that prolonged separation. Yeah, but no actual divorce. Yeah, and even people who are not yet, gotten over their exes. Yeah, I know of a story where still had had the pictures of his ex, even the wedding gown of his ex was still in his wardrobe. So yeah, so you can make it, your guiding principle that if someone is married or attached, long separation, that is a no-go area for you. Yeah, because you're not an emotional bag, yeah, or a buffer for this person. Yeah, you're not there really to for someone to pass time on you as they figure out what they want to do, where they want to go. Yeah, so have that pride and confidence in yourself and say, no, for me, God has created a man for me. I will not settle for less. Yeah, and if this is your boundary, stick to it and communicate it. We just talked about communication. Communicate it. Let it be like your compass. Yeah.
Let it be known.
Yes.
That I cannot deal with you if you're still dealing with this. I need to be able to be the person in your thoughts rather than the former.
True. Very important. Yeah, friend. Any other example of a boundary? I have quite a number here, but one that you really feel the ladies need to be mindful of as they are approaching dating and romance.
Conversations are also a good area to set boundaries because various people someone could have a bad experience with certain topics or certain things.
Yeah.
So it could make them emotional or uncomfortable. So boundaries on that can be set as well. I can be able to talk about this, I can't talk about that. Or if you're talking about this, we can't go deep. We can simply stop somewhere on top. Yes, that also counts.
So how does that play out? So how now do you communicate that? Or
No. You be open about it. Tell your partner, hey, Dora, John, whoever, I cannot talk about this and this. You need to be open. I can't talk about this and this because of ABC. Maybe I have been through the experience, or I have a friend who was going through it, or I was near the experience and I'm still traumatized from the event or the topic.
Yeah.
So it is plain. There's nothing. There's no science to it. It's as plain as it is. Just put it out there. I can talk about this ABC. Leave it there. That's it. And then you know that we need to steer clear of that and go in this direction. Yes, I know it.
Very philosophical. So we meet on a date the first day, and then you're like, you see, I can't talk about this and this and this. Yeah.
No, it usually comes. You see, someone's not going to jump out of the blue and say, "Hi, these are my boundaries." And boundaries is not a conversation that you can fully exhaust on the first time on a one-time meeting. It can even be said in the due course of the relationship. As it goes on, you keep seeing behavior that you will know how I need to deal with that, or I can't deal with that, because people have a tolerance limit. Someone may not be able to go for some things. So on the first meeting, we could be talking and then I hint on something. The person can be, just stop right there, please. There, we can't go there. And then also in the due course of the relationship, depending on the other things you're going to see from where you start and where it goes. That's why there's actually something called dating, and people have not yet known that. Dating is actually not being in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's we call it a simpler version of courtship. So now you are seeing this person, you're engaging. Shall we be able to be together?
Even seeing is misinterpreted.
Even that.
Seeing, in the way we understand it sometimes is actually already in a relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
So I think we should call it really interacting.
interaction.
Interacting.
Yes, but dating being the most, I think, the most suitable one.
Yeah.
Because now you are seeing, because even going out with someone on a date, that is dating. You could date someone for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Being out on a date is actually dating,
Yeah.
but it's not being in a relationship.
True.
There's a difference. So during that time, during the dating time, is when you'll actually be able to see someone's characters.
Yeah.
You will see how they eat. Do they slap while eating?
Yeah.
Do they chew their mouth open?
Is
What
that an
can they
issue?
do? It could be, by the way. You'd be surprised at what is an issue and what isn't. Depending you up to a couple of them that can be set on either side.
Yeah.
And then in the due course of the relationship as it goes forward, others can be set. And remember, the relationship is growing.
Yeah.
So some may have to be dealt away with, some may have to be kept, or new ones may need to be set.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, friendo, we also need to appreciate that boundaries is something that you have on the inside.
Yes.
And it is very exactly to connect or to interact with this person. Yeah. So yes, like you said, some of them can be communicated outrightly. Like we are sitting, and then the first question I ask: so are you married or single? Yeah, because one of my boundaries is I will not date you married or with someone who's attached. Yeah. But that is now with me. Yeah. So ladies, you need to know that boundaries are those guidelines, those principles, but they are yours really, and you shouldn't feel guilty about wanting what you want.
Exactly.
Because the relationship is about meeting each other's needs. So boundaries help you to have your needs met, because when you come on board, you actually have your needs. Yes. So yeah, have them. I usually encourage ladies in my coaching sessions to actually even write them down. Write down at least 5 things. What would you want? What do you want? How do you want to be treated? So that you actually, when you are interacting with this man, you are looking at things from the perspective of your boundaries. You're seeing everything from your guiding principles. Are they being met? Will he be able to meet them? How do I feel around him? Yeah. So that is why these boundaries should be set much earlier, and you should keep with them. And even during the course of the relationship, even after marriage, you need to stick to your boundaries and keep reinforcing them, but also, keep, there should be some consequences, especially when your boundaries are being violated. Yeah, people should know, because if you don't know them, even the other person will actually not know. Yeah, when they have crossed the border. Yeah? So you need to know that this is where the line is. Yeah, so they are with us. We keep them. And just to share another,
A few more. I think we should get a few more of your boundaries, because I think it's a very big list. There's a chance it's inexhaustible. So I think we can have a few of those as well. So.
Yeah. The other guiding principles that you can actually set for yourself as a woman or as a girl is one that goes like, I will not allow someone to use me for sex. Many times we are very prone to this, and also we in an unconscious way, we sabotage ourselves as women and girls, especially when we think that we can use sex as a backdoor entry into a relationship. So you start dating this guy, and then the relationship turns sexual, and you think because sex is now involved, that will lead you to be upgraded, to the next level. But if you notice and realize that first of all, it's wrong, for you to think that you can be upgraded, from okay, sometimes it works. We are outliers,
Sometimes it works, but not all. It's exactly like you're saying, because all these things still rotate around communication.
Yeah.
Someone could come to you and tell you, "Hi, I just want to sleep with you." So the people that are going to be fine with it and say, "Fine." I'm up for it.
Friendo.
And then,
Friendo. Those are very few.
yes, but
Let me tell you, there are very few men in this world who will walk to you and say, "Hi, I want to sleep with you." No.
that's also true. And then there are those that are simply going to lie to you, and I'm going to take you the other way.
Yeah, actually,
Because-
many times, listen, many times you men, yeah, you know, you come like, you approach women like, you know, sex is the last thing on, even if it is, you know, what you're looking for, yeah. I think because you know instinctually that actually, if you did declare to a woman that, "Hi, I want to sleep with you," I think any woman in her right senses will be like,
No, I think the actually two reasons. The two reasons for that. One, on the men's side, they would lie. Reason being, women have complained. If you just want to sleep with me, tell me. Yes. So you're going to ask for that, but then also you're afraid that if I come and tell you, "Hey, I just want to sleep with you," and you say yes, you're afraid of looking cheap. Because probably I would go and tell, that one is cheap. You can go, "Hey John, if you want, you also just go and tell her."
yeah,
There's a fear of sounding like that.
yeah.
So a man will say, "I cannot approach you like that, so I need to change the approach." The end goal is one, but I will not be able to come directly to you. So
Yeah.
there is a strike, there are very few that actually approach you like that. And it's also there is a strike, there are very few that will simply say yes to it.
No, but also psychologically, what is happening with the woman? I think no woman really, you know, would want to feel like she is only wanting for sex.
Yes, that is very true.
Yeah, you know, we would want to feel like, you know, there's more to me, because yes, I'm a sexual being. Biologically, you know,
Yes.
that is how I have been designed. Yeah, but is that all? Yeah. So they want to feel like there's more to them, yeah, that really, has drawn you or is attractive about them, other than just the fact that, you know, they have sexual organs, for lack of a better way of putting it. Yeah. So I think what is bound to happen when you approach a woman and tell her that even if she wanted, even if she liked you, most likely she would say no. Yeah, she'll be like, okay, supposing sex was not there, if I did have, yeah, what will happen maybe tomorrow if I can't give sex? Then it maybe, you know, it stops. So yes, so women, and I think many times we also kind of, I think forget, yeah, because it should actually be very registered in our minds as women and girls that men actually, every time a man is approaching you, what is on their mind is actually sex.
Yes.
Yeah, fast.
Not all the time, but yes, most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
That is what is, you know, is driving them to you. So we maybe sometimes, you know, tend to, you know, forget that, but that is the main, you know, reason. And so we get to a place where, for me, I really feel as a coach, you know, it may really be that it is maybe, it looks like the easiest way really to for some women it would be just to hook a man, but sex really feels like it's kind of the easiest thing, or the easiest way. It has many times to do with maybe wanting to please this person, yeah, thinking, yeah, if I give sex then I will look like I'm more, you know, considerate, loving, and nice.
No, the mistake people do is think sex is for fun. Okay, not really particularly for fun, but yes, lies in that area. What the mistake people do is think sex is proof of love or commitment, and that is why now people get it wrong. Because sometimes the guy will come to you and he will want just to have fun, but since you've probably been single for a long time, you would think, alright, if I slept with him once and I gave it to him so good, maybe he'll come back next time. And from the next time, we can actually build something.
Yes.
The cases that actually come out of those are very few. Out of 100, I could count maybe one.
Yeah.
Chances out of 100 is one. True. So it is not, it shouldn't someone is brave enough to tell you right from the word go that I just want sex from you,
Yeah.
I think you should appreciate them.
Yeah.
Yes, you may be mad that they haven't
Yes.
seen anything more to you than just that, but at least appreciate them for the honesty.
Honesty,
I'm not
yes.
taking you for the games on the rounds.
Yeah, true. Very true. Yeah. So, ladies, that is one boundary that we actually can. One example of a boundary that you can set, or that you can be mindful of. Yeah. Do not let yourself, be, allowed to be used for sex, or do not use sex, as
As
a
a tool.
tool, yes, to prove love or to get you, the commitment that you want. Yeah. When you do that, you let, in a way, you degrade yourself.
Yeah.
Because I think that the mind of this one really, you have devalued yourself. So, issues to do with sex, you need to have boundaries around that. What feels comfortable for you, and for me, if you ask me, it should be in a relationship where you respected, where this person accepts you the way you are, in a committed relationship where you already discussed things like exclusivity, and commitment, really. Yeah. But it should not be the first thing. Yeah. So you should have boundaries and communicate them to this man and say, I'd like you. I think you're a great person, but I would really, for me to have sex, this is what it would take.
The other boundary
Yeah.
could also be the willingness of the partner. Yes, don't be coerced into it.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of it.
Yes.
Be
Very
willing
important.
to give it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but at your terms still. Yeah. There's a willingness, but at your terms.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is what I'm
Don't
saying.
use it desperately, but communicate and say, for me, for sex to happen, I need you to be in a committed relationship. It has to be in marriage, Christians. Yeah. So let that be known, and if this person really respects you, then they should really respect that boundary. Yeah. Yes. Sex very sensitive. Another that in relationship where I'm not treated with love, care, trust, and respect.
Yes.
There's no excuse whatsoever, for anyone to treat you any less. And as ladies, we need to catch those red flags, because sometimes we try to make up excuses, I think he will change. No, there's no reason. You should feel that, you are cared for. You are a girl. Girls need attention. Girls need, affection. Girls need, care. Yeah. That is the thing about us. If we actually can appreciate and get back into our womanhood or femininity, we actually are just supposed to be just the way we are. Yeah. And yes, and we should require, part of setting boundaries, like I said, is to show people how to treat you. You should require this. You should require that you're treated well, that you're treated with respect, that you're treated with care. There should, certain things should happen. You're dating somebody, they should really be, you should see them really moving towards you. They should be calling at least, 2 or 3 times in a week. They should be, The other Sunday we were here with Isaac, and Isaac was actually telling women. We asked the question, how does a woman know that she's wasting her time? And Isaac said, if you are in a dating or a relationship, even if it is marriage, and this person does not call you at least once, and at least before going to bed to say good night, just know you're wasting your time. Yeah. So we should require that. Yeah. And how do we require that? There should be a boundary around that. Men should actually. Many times I feel men are not doing what they're supposed to do because we are allowing them as women. We are putting up with.
That's true, because now sometimes before people get into relationships, actually, some people have got imaginations of how they've already understood. I could go look up when I hear the word relationship, I could go somewhere and look it up in a dictionary, and I get to thinking, and I start imagining, so it's like this. So when it actually happens, I think it quiet and I keep running on the terms that I think it should be running
Yeah.
without your communication,
Yeah.
nothing's actually going to happen your way.
Mm.
So you may need it, but when you, that's why I find in cases of people being in a relationship but they're not happy,
Yes.
there's probably need for, I don't know, many other reasons. I don't want to be had single, we've had so much time together, or things like that. But when it's as simple as tell your partner, I don't feel appreciated enough. And if he's listening and say, okay, what can I do to make you feel appreciated enough?
Good.
And there, a boundary now is being set and it is being built. Now you know it. Maybe he will know that he's going to call me once in a day. Maybe he's going to pick up some flowers from you on a Tuesday evening. He doesn't have to wait for Valentine's Day. Things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plan dates and
Plan dates and outings, because I was reading there's a book attached I can share with you. They talk of an example of a couple where the guy would come up with abrupt dates all the time, and the girl complained that these do not make me feel like a girlfriend. They make me feel more like your friend or one of your gang, the boys or anything. I'd appreciate it if you planned the dates a lot more.
Yes.
Pick up the phone, or when you meet me, tell me, hi, I would like to take you for a date, maybe next weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, I want the time to be able to prepare for the date.
Yeah.
Dates are things that girls really look forward to.
Very.
If you've seen girls get excited about dates, it's something else. Someone's going to want to buy a new dress, new shoes, a new fragrance, do a new hairstyle.
A bag like that looks like the shoe.
Exactly. They really want to. They want the adrenaline that comes with putting in the effort into preparing for it.
Yes.
So if they're as abrupt as the wine that guy is, so it may not make her really feel like it's actually happening.
True. Yeah. You're very right. They need to put some thought in it, really.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think yes, ladies will really know.
No, but exactly. But still, like I said, you don't leave all this to the guy. The relationship is two-way.
Rego, don't be lazy.
No.
Plan dates. We are dating.
I have
It is dating. Plan. Show me your creativity.
No, I am not being lazy. Whereas I may be able to put in the creativity, my brother Michael may not be able.
You should learn from. You should learn.
Mike's girlfriend should be able to say, but Mike, I also want to be taken out like Fredo's girlfriend. Don't you think you should maybe borrow some knowledge? Or before you say borrow some knowledge, do you think you should say, Mike, now here's how a date works. Please call me in advance, tell me to dress up, or tell me you bought me a new dress, we're going to go to such and such a restaurant. Simply put it that way. You see, the thing is, some of us know these things, some of our brothers don't.
Yes.
And relationships at times can be scary for people because you do not know what to do in a particular situation. That you may be, okay, so I'm in love with this guy, but what do they actually do in relationships? Some people think relationships is where they just validate sex. I mean, so I'm not validated sex. Every day of my life that I want. You don't know the many other things that
It's actually an experience, just like any other life aspect. It's a great experience.
So,
But still, I'll go back to this. Men, be creative. Stop being lazy. We are dating. You know nowadays, and especially it is not exactly my, desires or interests. But at least if you know, for example, that I love Chinese food, and I think ladies, we need to be very. Because sometimes you also just give away. You just tell someone, I want. They ask you, so what would you prefer? For example, they want to take you for a date. Then you just give away everything. And you say, no, let us make this meaningful. Just tell them I enjoy maybe Chinese cuisine. Let him now figure out I enjoy Chinese cuisine and I stay this side of town. This side of town. So leave it to him now to do the homework. Which restaurant of that route has Chinese? Yes.
no, I understand.
Because when we simplify the things, Cafe Jamas, you have not even put in any effort.
I'll take you for the date.
No, it's just like, no, let them do some work, so that, they're becoming very lazy because we kind of like giving away Everything is kind of on a silver platter today. Yeah, it's been great. I would like Friendon to give us one parting shot as we put close to today's program, and especially our topic on boundaries. What could you say? One thing that you would say to the ladies and women listening out there?
There has been a dominant word from when we started this whole topic.
Yeah.
Communication.
Mm-hmm.
Communication is key.
True.
Please ensure to communicate anything that is.
Yeah.
Don't scream, don't bark, don't shout.
Yeah.
Sit somebody down.
Don't WhatsApp.
Put your no, WhatsApp could do, I think, but it is for various circumstances. If maybe I'm fine the other way, I can't. Please do, and WhatsApp is a lot more convenient these days. But
boundaries.
But
would you recommend?
No, I wouldn't recommend.
Getting boundaries over WhatsApp.
Yeah, but I was actually coming in. I was going to say, but for the best communication, it is a physical talk. I mean, face-to-face talk with different people.
Yes.
Sit down, talk.
Yeah.
This is ABC. I feel this and this. I think we need to take this direction.
Yes.
I'm not comfortable with this. You probably keep comparing me to your ex, or you keep talking about your ex. I can't hear that name. It doesn't sit well with me. And things like that. Sit down, communicate face to face. Do not be shy. Do not be afraid. One thing I have learned is, should you be able to tell someone you are dating something and it makes them uncomfortable or leads them to go away,
Yes.
me, I would say that person is not meant to be for you. Because if someone is meant to be with you, whatever you say, it may make them uncomfortable, but they can be able to stay around with it. So should you say something and someone decides to flee, let them.
Yeah.
And should you say something and someone decides to stick by, I mean, you with that person. Key thing is communicate. Boundaries, feelings, anything.
Yeah.
Communication, very important.
Yeah.
Do not be indirect, be direct.
I love that, Friendo. Be direct, ladies. You had it from Friendo. Friendo is been kind enough here to come and give us the men's perspective. Let us communicate. And physically, when I coach my clients, I actually usually tell them, because sometimes some of these feelings and boundaries can be challenging to communicate, especially if you're not used to it. Yeah? Women, many times we are affected by fear. I usually advise that you actually write down the statement you want to communicate and even go over it. Yeah? So that, even when you are communicating it, it flows very well. But also and the more you go over it, the more it will become easy for you to say. So let's find the courage, face this guy, face this man, look them in the eyes. Yeah, it's very important. You take it more seriously face to face and tell them how you feel. How does a certain action make you feel? Yeah? Men are logical. Tell them how it makes you, why it makes you feel that way, yeah? So that they don't just think that you're just trying to be emotional and throwing tantrums like they normally. But tell them, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable having sex this early in the relationship because I would prefer if sex is committed or a setup when we're married, so that they know this is the reason why. So, my dear ladies and girls, because of time, we've come to the end of our program, and looking forward to next Sunday. We'll be discussing very hot topics here on dating and romance. Till next time, I want to wish you a great week, and it is my prayer that all will go well for you and that the Lord will help you. Bye bye.